to another Rockford CCG deck profile. Today we're going to do Kitana from the Mortal Kombat series. DJ Adams had commented on one of our previous videos about doing a Kitana because he wanted some direction or some help. So basically this Kitana deck is off of death. It's going to be like a bare bones minimum. Nothing really flashy, just really just a weapons build. So we're going to use cards from Street Fighter vs. Darkstalkers all the way back. That's going to be a standard legal deck. So let's get into the deck right now. First, we're going to jump into attacks. We got 3 Fan NATO. I was struggling to find kind of a kill card outside of Steel Res in the deck. So this also can act as a secondary kill condition. It's a low attack. It has powerful 2. The combos with every attack in the deck because they're all weapons. It can even combo with itself. The combo is your opponent can only block with a printed block modifier of 3 or greater. Also, it has a Desperation Enhance where it gets +2/+2. So you stack Kitana's ability, getting 2 speed, 1 damage. This gets 2 speed, 2 speed, and then they have to block with a 3 or greater. You powerful it to boot. It can be a really nice finisher card at the end of a string. We got 4 Fan Throw. You lose a vitality, your opponent loses vitality. It's basically a double up on her Desperation ability for the most part. If they try to block with an attack or action, their block modifier gets +3. And it's also EX2. It's a mid attack, which is kind of poopy, but with her stats, it's a 5 mid 5, which isn't horrible. Also has a nice low block to boot. We have 4 Spiral Divina. This is Jetta's, one of my favorite Jetta attacks out of the new set. It gives you card draw if they don't have momentum, since if you block everything, or maybe it's early game, they don't have momentum, you get card draw. It has a really nice deadlocky. As you snipe a card out of their hand, they add it to their momentum. Also, it's a reversal, and I love having reversals with card draw effects. Kind of like, this is like Robert's Little Kick in a way, but it's time it's on a weapon. It's a little harder to draw the card on the stipulation, but it's one of my favorite attacks out of the new set. Of course, playing Kitana, 4 Steel Res. People hate this card just because it's played on 5s the entire time. With Kitana's ability, it's a 6/6, and if they try to block with a non-attack card, they burn 2. But the cool thing about this is if they try to, you can name attack. You can name any type of card with her Desperation Enhance ability, and you can make it harder to block with, you can try to force them to block with a non-attack card. Right? Yeah, with a non-attack card. So they burn 2 on top of getting damage. We have 4 Falsi and Zinzio. I think it's how you say it. It's a 5/5. It's just beastly statted. So with Kitana, it is a 7/6. And you also get 1 damage for each of the momentum. That you're not too worried about. You're more worried about the card draw because it will replace itself. Death outside of the Design for Combat Balance Fighter package and a couple other one-offs. It doesn't have like an attacks draw engine where you just draw cards off of attacks. Now you do with Jetta stuff. You have Spiral, you have Falsi. So, and then this will lead us into the next card that helps us draw a lot, which is Demon Realm Awakening. I call this the poor man's Prepare to Fight because it kind of does the same things a bit. It has the E removed. This attack gets +1 damage or -1 damage for each of its keywords. Draw a card, and then if your opponent's at deadlock, you can add another copy of this card to your hand. So your keywords are 2, 2, 3, 3, 4. So you're looking at an average between 2 and 4 damage extra, depending on your opponent's keywords. That's just, you're going to have to figure that out once you play some games. But it allows you to draw some cards outside of the draw step. Also, it has a really good block mechanic for throws. Plus it clears itself, so it's R remove. After you block with this card, draw 1 card. If this card has blocked a throw attack, it deals no damage. So you don't take any damage from throws, and it replaces itself on both effects, which is great. And 2 Bang. It's one of the best cards, easily top 5 cards in the format right now. It shuts down any card in your opponent's staging area. And since you're going to be trying to manipulate your opponent's blocks, they may not block attacks. This will get you some more card draw and do extra damage. We're going to foundations now. We got Foremost Trusted Assassin. We want to make it really hard for our opponent to block. So coupled with her Desperation Enhance and her ability to kind of pump speed on some things. This can hack a block check if they try to block with an attack card, or defensively you can cut one to make their attacks harder to play. If you play for Most Trusted Assassin, you should probably play for Debt to be Paid. A lot of people probably don't like playing 8-0 diffs, but we kind of want to try to build out as much as possible on turn 1. So also this is a really great ability where it's E-flip. If you've lost vitality this turn, either by like Kitana or Most Trusted Assassin or even just damage, you can flip this to give your opponent -1 to their next check. And it can end the combat phase, and it's play while committed. 3 unpredictable movement. We need some speed hate. It gives us -2 speed. We can also destroy it to get out of deadlock if we want. There's so many things that are just randomly charge or slams. We can get -3 speed. 1 Reformed Scientist. We don't want people to... we hate Breaker because we want to be able to play Steel Res on 5s for our kill turns. So you use this to stop a Breaker block. 4 Design for Combat. This doesn't really need much of an explanation. This card has just been a staple since it's been out. We got 3 Empress of Netherrealm. Allows us to lose vitality, draw a card, so it kind of fits into the whole Debt to be Paid, Most Trusted Assassin, get down to Desperation effects, so we can make it harder for our opponent to block. Also, Desperation E, we can check the top card of our opponent's deck, which is great. We have 1 Thrill to Eat You. We don't play any flash attacks, but we do play weapons. So we can use this as a first F, and then the opponent commits a foundation, so it's basically commit to commit, and we get 2 speed on our next flash or weapon. Since we do play a bunch of weapons, which everything is a weapon, 1,000 Duels gives us some extra added card draw. You reveal the top 2 cards, all revealed slam or weapon cards go back to our hand, and we discard the rest. 1 Act of Treason for some foundation removal. We do play a few reversals, so one of this is just fine, just to help us snipe some problem stuff. We got 2 Celestial Being. Discard 2 momentum, reversal attacks get +3/+3, or if, say, we got stopped, or someone tries to, like, missile launcher, commit stuff with stun, we can flip this to cancel it. 2 Securing His Destiny. This probably should be a 3 of, but right now I'm going to leave it at a 2. If you choose to build the deck, you can just augment it as you wish. 2 Securing His Destiny stops keyword and non-keyword abilities on attacks. And the opposite, Demanding Submission, allows us to cancel keyword abilities and burn our opponent. 2 Pulled Demogogen, top card, deck knowledge is great. Also, since we're going to be in Desperation early, this allows us to control our opponent's attack flow. So say they played an attack, they committed a lot, we bounce it back. They may not be able to play it again because they don't want to overcommit. 4 Bounce Fighter, no real explanation, speed reset, offense and defense. If we discard it with Design for Combat, or if our opponent hits us with a discard ability, we can draw a card. I guess a 1 of Sing for me. You discard 1 momentum, you gain 2 vitality and draw a card. We don't really have a lot of momentum outlets outside of Fanado, and that is pretty much it. So this gives us some vitality gain and card draw. And 4 Hunt for Spiders and Dragons. There's really no explanation for this card. If you play Death or Life, you get double use out of the card. You can also build it and not feel bad. Also, it's Foundation Hate, which is awesome. Sideboard, we got 2 Power Struggles. Allows us to get some Throw Hate in the deck. Also gives us some outside card cycling. 2 Feeling Up. Anyone tries to cancel like Damage Pump or damage would reduce the damage of your attack. So that means, like, even if it has an ability that pluses damage and minuses damage, kind of like Refusing to Let Go, this can cancel it and they burn 2. 2 Novitiate. We don't want players to play gain vitality on our attack turn or play abilities that grant damage penalties. We want to be able just to kill our opponent fast. And 2 more Bang. Like I said before, this card's one of the best cards in the game right now, just because of its just control ability. And if your opponent is afraid to leave themselves at 3, because if they don't block an attack, they die before the damage step. So that's pretty much it. DJ Adams, I hope you play this deck. Let me know how it works out. Like I said, it's nothing special. It's just a plain old Kitana deck. Figured if you wanted to add in some stuff, I don't know what your collection looks like, so I tried to stick with some basic stuff that you can get. I don't think there's really any there's no ultra rares in the deck like Princess Perry or anything like that, but there are some rares and a couple box toppers. So I hope you can try this out. Let me know. And I want to say Happy New Year, because it's coming out on New Year. And also like, comment, subscribe. Let us know how we're doing. We're going into a year of the guile treatment, year of staging area. It's been a great year for Rockford CCG in a whole, so we want to thank everyone for their support. Also, check out the Patreon link in the description box below. If you feel that you would like to support the channel even more, that'd be great. If not, we'd like you just to hit that notification button. So again, thanks again for this has been another Rockford CCG deck profile. Have a nice night, everyone.